I want to turn now to our Robert Costa, who joins us. And Robert, I understand you have some new reporting to convey about this running conversation among Democrats spilling out into full public view about whether President Biden should continue to sit at the top of the Democratic ticket and go into Chicago as the presumptive nominee, specifically related to former President Obama. What can you tell us?
Major, good to be with you. I've been speaking to confidants of both President Biden and former President Obama over the last 24 hours, and it's evident just now in the last hour that the pressure is mounting on President Biden as he recovers from COVID in Rehoboth over the weekend. The biggest thing I'm hearing behind the scenes from some of the top players in the party is that the money could dry up for the Biden campaign, that they're getting signals from donors, from lawmakers, and others that if he doesn't get out of this race, he might not have the money he needs to power out of that convention in Chicago in August. He might not have the money he needs to be on the airwaves in the fall. Now, these are warnings. These are what-if scenarios, but this is being presented to Biden's inner circle, who remain, it should be noted, dug in and defiant and very frustrated with all of this talk about getting the president out.
Robert, we have new CBS polling data, which I'm sure you've seen. We've all seen it. It's internal to us first, then we share it with the nation. President Trump, 52%. Former President Trump, 52%. Joe Biden, 47% nationally. Also, Trump with a lead in all the key battleground states. That has got to arrive as not only bad news to Democrats, but consistent with other internal polls that they've been sifting through.
They're looking at bad polls across the board, whether it's CBS News or internal polls. And it's not the polling, though, that's so interesting to me, Major, as a reporter, that's driving the discussion. It's money, money, money. And the Obama inner circle, which has a somewhat tense relationship at times with the Biden inner circle, is saying, look, we're trying to help, but this is the reality when it comes to financing. You can not believe the polls, that's one thing, but money's a tangible thing in American politics. And if you don't have it, you're not going to be able to compete. So it's really the money factor this weekend that's weighing on the shoulders of that Biden team.
And, Robert, let's talk about the money for a moment, because right before the debate, there were polls, ours and others, showing that tenaciously President Biden had sort of closed the gap with President Trump within 1 or 2% nationally, percentage points. 1 or 2% or slightly ahead in some of the battlegrounds after spending $100 million, maybe slightly more than that, on campaign advertising. It took all of those resources just to bring it within the margin of error and basically a tie. If you don't have those resources going forward, it's very hard to wage a campaign, if I heard you correctly.
It could very well be, but what's interesting as well at this moment, and it's a fluid moment to say the least, is that President Biden's telling his team, I don't care what all these naysayers are telling you about the polls, about money. I'm the president of the United States. I'm not going to be pushed out because I had a bad debate. And he's being treated in a gentle way by Speaker Pelosi, the former speaker, Leader Schumer in the Senate, and so many other colleagues who are having these conversations with him, trying to be frank about how they see the political reality. But this is someone who's saying, I've been counted out before. Give me a chance. Let's see how it goes. But a lot of Democrats just don't want to wait to see how it goes. I've never seen the Democratic Party, which I've covered for over 15, 16 years, so nervous, skittish at the upper ranks.
Always available with new reporting. Robert Costa, thank you very, very much.